You.
Hi.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm here with Emilie.
Hi.
Say hey.
Hello.
It is hot this morning already in sunny California. We are hiking Runyon Canyon, and we're finally ready to talk mindfulness.
Yes.
I hope that you can hear us. I'm going to try to keep my hand out of the microphone. So just to recap, I am a nutrition coach and I have a master's in anthropology, kind of focusing on ancestral nutrition, and I did my thesis work on yoga movement and the healing practices. And Emilie,
Hi. I'm a 1,000-hour trained yoga teacher focusing in anatomical studies, and I work now doing detox retreats and all different types of modalities in which I help people clinically using yoga as a tool for healing.
And you have one of those detox retreats coming up, right?
I do. April 9th through the 14th at Kripalu Center in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. Sign up.
Yeah, and people can find you on your website, right?
Yes, EmiliePerzYoga.com.
That's amazing. One of the more, hey Andrea, one of the more recent things that I did was I wrote a new comedy series for like our tribe, for yogis and health food fanatics, and that's called Wholesome Foods I Love You. I linked to it in the title of this. Would love it if you guys would check it out. But yeah, we're ready to talk mindfulness.
Yay!
So like
Good morning.
Good morning, yeah. Mindful morning. Mindful walk as we're panting. What are some of the biggest issues you find people are dealing with, or maybe women specifically, with our busy lives and mindfulness issues?
The biggest issue I see is organization of time.
Okay.
So most people feel that they don't have enough hours in the day to get done what they need to get done, to feel a sense of accomplishment, but also to feel a sense of like self-care and healthiness.
Yeah.
And with the struggle of having full-time jobs and families and trying also to engage in having a social life, people are feeling more depleted than ever. And also I think overwhelmed with options and choices. There's so many choices out there, so people don't know what option and choice is the right one for them.
I would agree with that, and I think, hey Angelo, good morning. I think, hey Mike, Mike all the way in Europe. So I think one of the issues that comes up a lot when I talk to women especially, you mentioned self-care, is, and I don't know, maybe that exists for men too, is that we tend to feel a lot of guilt around taking time out for ourselves.
And shame.
Especially in Western society, we're really encouraged to be caretakers in all aspects of our lives. And I even find a lot of women will talk about self-care, kind of wrapping it in this cloak of like, well, it's okay because when I take care of myself, I'm then better able to take care of others.
Yes.
And like, why can't we just take care of ourselves?
Yeah. It comes with an ultimatum at the end, like, well, if I'm not doing this to take care of myself, I can't take care of other people. When it's like, well, this should just be a part of your daily habit. This shouldn't be something that at the end has to be goal-oriented in any specific way.
Yeah.
Self-care is just something you should be doing on a daily basis because it's literally what's going to make you feel better. And it's literally what's providing you the energy to take care of your day. And therefore the people in your life as well.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So what are some of your self-care practices?
Well, I practice yoga every day.
Yeah.
And I meditate.
Those are good ones.
Yeah. So I meditate every day. I do practice yoga every single day. But I also take time to just take care of myself with cooking my own food, which I think is a huge part of self-care that's lacking in our society.
Huge.
And not saying eating healthy, I'm saying preparing your meals and taking care of your body.
Are we going this way?
Yeah, from the inside out, which means figuring out what you want to eat, figuring out what's going to serve you and give you energy. And the act of preparing food and feeding yourself, your body has a complete response to that. And it allows you to digest your food better, which helps you to process your emotions. It helps you to cultivate energy. And it just makes you feel better. So I think that that's something that's a big mindful habit that a lot of people don't have, is even if they're eating healthy, they're going to the store and buying something, as opposed to going home and cooking their meals and satiating their appetite and eating mindfully because of that.
Absolutely. I think you touched on a few major things there. I have a list of blogs that I'm working my way through to write for everybody. And we can see the Hollywood sign. Yeah, we could go over there. Hey, Alkin. Hey, Ma. So happy people are joining us this morning on our hike. I think something that people really have not been talking about with all of the digestive disorders that we're seeing and all the tummy troubles is the importance of just slowing down and breathing deeply.
Yeah.
Not only when you're eating, but just in your day-to-day lives. I'm going to flip this around so you can see this gorgeous view.
If you need any help, I'm a professional photographer.
Thank you, so am I. This is just stunning here, but we're going to keep talking. I think, a lot of people are just so anxious and so stressed out and so busy all the time. And I'm guilty of it. You probably even, as a yoga teacher, forget your breath sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that has made a huge difference in not only how I digest my food, but how my body assimilates all of the nutrients and how my skin looks as a result and how I'm sleeping and all of that.
Well, breath does play a key factor in paralysis and being able to break down food and process nutrients accordingly. And when we're not breathing and we're in this flight state of mind where the body is just grasping for breath and the appropriate muscles aren't even working to breathe, then the organs just become tight and rigid and nothing's necessarily pushing through, but nothing's actually getting dissolved as well, which is an onset of half of these digestive disorders as well. So, I think you hit a great point there. It's breathing mindfully and perhaps even making that a part of the meditation before you eat, but also you hit on just slowing down when we eat. Most of us aren't chewing our food until it's liquid in our mouth, which means we're swallowing huge particles of food that just sit in the digestive tract as well, and it takes so much longer for our bodies to process that. On top of the fact that the food might not be the most healthfully dense food out there.
Right. Right. And then we're also we're all kind of my hair is wild right now. We're all kind of sitting there with our phones and the TV on and I'm checking this and I'm checking that and I'm doing that. And I think a friend of mine, Camilla, said recently, she is from Denmark, and she was my parents have been practicing mindfulness at the table their whole lives without even knowing what mindfulness is. The concept of sitting down to a meal and doing something else in addition to eating is so foreign and insane to them. They're just why would you do that? So actually sit with your food and breathe and enjoy it and taste it and all of that stuff,
and have an opportunity to just appreciate the meal in general. I mean, it's corny as it might sound, we don't necessarily appreciate what we're eating and the fact that we get this opportunity to take a break and eat. So, let it be something that is putting you in a restful state so that you take in the experience, and there's an emotional quality to that. You'll feel more satiated from eating your food, but also just the reality that the body gets this opportunity to slow down from your hectic day. And in that slowing down process, your digestive enzymes kick in more, and you're able to literally mechanically digest your food better. So it's an important thing to think about these attributes of mindfulness, even in, eating lunch or taking in a smoothie.
Yeah. I think that's a good mindfulness exercise that we can all sort of try out. It's so simple and so basic.
So is meditation, right? The truth is that the idea of adding meditation is so easy too. The simplicity of just being able to wake up in the morning and sit on the bedside and have, 3 to 5 minutes to yourself to get clear in your head and process what your intentions for the day are. And they don't have to be goal oriented. Your intention could be that I just want to feel good today. I just want to get in a 20-minute walk today. I just don't want to fight with my partner today. Whatever it is, but setting yourself up for these things right away when you wake up, so that you put yourself in the mindset of, this is what I'm going to do. And then your actions follow that. Your actions do follow your thoughts. We know this. What you think is what you become. So if you do put yourself in that healthful place right away in the beginning of the day, it really is setting you up for a more successful, healthy day as well.
And you're so right. It doesn't have to take forever. It doesn't have to be this giant commitment, 2 minutes in the morning. It can even be a gratitude practice, writing down something that you're grateful for, just to like focus in on something. Hey, Brooke. And hey, some days I get up and I'm like, God, what am I grateful for right now? Like, I'm tired, I'm stressed out. And it can be as simple as like, I'm grateful for having water this morning, or like, I'm grateful that I'm able to breathe. So I think probably everybody on our coast is probably getting ready for breakfast. And I don't know, some people on the East Coast may be having brunch. So do you want to maybe offer up an exercise or a little meditation or something to help everybody start the day? Or
Well, I think one of the best ways to put yourself in a state of equilibrium when you're getting ready for the day is Nudishadana breathing, which is alternate nostril breathing.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's just a great way to clear out the channels. It's a great way to get the body moving, and it's also just a great way to feel calm. You really feel energized from this breath, but there's this overall sense of calm that comes over you from just having to count the breath in and out, and also just allowing yourself to kind of fall into the trance of the movement. So you would take this, and you could do it anywhere, sitting anywhere, just by bringing one hand, left or right, to the forehead, and you'd bring the index and the middle finger, which I'm showing you right now, the peace fingers, to the third eye, the middle of the forehead, and then your ring finger would close off one nostril and your thumb would close off the other. In this scenario, because I'm using my left hand, I'm closing off my right nostril and then my left. And you would just start simply by breathing in through one nose and then exhaling out the other nose. Now the key is that the nose that you exhale out of, you want to close off the one that you inhaled from. So in order to alternate the nostril breathing, remember to close off the opposite nostril while you breathe. Shall we do one?
Yeah, let's do one.
So sitting wherever you are, just take a moment to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and let it out fully. And then again, peace fingers, third eye. Close off the left nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the right. Close off one nostril, exhale the other. And then here, inhale through that same nostril. And then close that nostril off to exhale the opposite one. And you keep repeating like this. So inhale through this nostril. Hold at the top and pause. And then close it off and exhale the opposite nostril. And hold at the bottom, pause. Inhale. Close off the nose, exhale the opposite nostril. And repeat, inhale. And exhale. And then lengthen the breath a little bit more. So inhale, hold the breath at the top just for a moment, find a pause. Exhale. And then one more like that. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. And at the bottom of the exhale, hold the breath out for a moment, release the hand. And then both nostrils, inhale, deep breath. And exhale. And as silly as it sounds, just doing 5 rounds of that, and you really do feel a difference from side to side. But you can see, just in giving you those subtle little nuances, that you do start to fall into a trance as you deepen the breath, and as you start to maybe even hold the breath out or in a little bit longer. And it really helps to just calm down the nervous system. So instead of being in that hyper state of awareness, the body has a moment to take the breath in, to process the breath, and to move it accordingly through the body systems.
And it's something that's so simple that, hey Sarah, hey Matthias, it's so simple that you can literally do it anywhere, you know? Like, if you're stressed out and you have an opportunity to pull to the side of the road or into a parking lot, you can do it in your car. If you're, you know, freaking out at school or at work.
I do it in traffic all the time.
I do it in traffic all the time too. That and like breath of fire.
Yes.
But yeah, you can, you know, go into a restroom stall and do it there. And I find it super helpful. You can refer back to this live video on my page to see Emilie doing it. I actually have a video on my personal website too of me doing it. It's my name, KristaHovsepian.com, if you want to check that out.
And it's a potent elixir, it really is. It's one of those things that will energize you as well as help to slow you down and put you in a mindful state so that you're aware, you're present, you're in your body in this moment. And you'll see that just your nerves really start to calm down when you practice this breath. Habitually, you've got to do it. It has to be a habit.
Yeah, give it more than one shot. You'll notice a difference when you do it once, but don't just give up on yourself entirely.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of the last tip that I want to offer up is like really stick with it and be patient with yourself, whether it's breathwork, pranayama, or actually sitting and meditating. I think so many people expect to sit down and they're like, I can't do this. I'm supposed to clear my mind. And that's really not the point or the purpose of any of these exercises. It's just to get comfortable sitting with yourself and being present, but noticing the thoughts that come up and being aware of what's going on with the monkey mind and all of the busyness and the chatter, and maybe getting to a point where it slows down a little bit.
Yes, I think, you know, you're hitting on something really important, and that's that we live in a results-driven society. We want results right away. We don't actually want to have to put in the work because, again, the work takes so much time and we're already really crammed in our days. But the reality is that that's just not how life works. There's not a quick fix to everything.
Not at all.
Google doesn't have all the answers.
Sometimes there is no fix, right? Like
Exactly.
we're not looking to fix ourselves. We're not problems to be solved.
No.
It's about living with a little more ease.
Yeah, and a little more control.
Yeah.
So that we're not feeling this sense of overwhelmed, frustration, aggravation, and that in itself leads to depression and anxiety. So if we can just entail these small little habits over and over again so that they are part of our life in a way that's not distracting and that we're giving them our all, we might actually see some really great overall benefits from it. It's not a quick fix. And we're not saying that anything has to be fixed, but we're saying that in order to just keep ourselves in a place where we're not becoming so inundated and overwhelmed and anxious, we have to do the work. You have to put in the work to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good place to close.
Yeah.
I think this was a beautiful hike and a good morning. I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Feeling centered and grounded to start my day. I hope that you guys do as well. And check out Emilie's website for her detox retreat if you're able to make it out there, or for any of her workshops or retreats. If you're in LA, her classes. I have been practicing with this babe for, oh my God, since 2013, I think. And she's one of the best. I love her classes so much. I would love it if you would check out our series, check out our website. It's www.wfily.com, and that's our little acronym and hashtag for Wholesome Foods, I Love You. All right, so from beautiful Runyon Canyon, we are going to peace out. Bye, guys.